Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar about email automation. Can you, in the chat, give me a thumbs up that you can see and hear what you should be seeing and hearing? Great, thank you. Anybody else a thumbs up? Hey, very good, super. It's amazing when the technology works, doesn't it? Well, I thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, at least on the East Coast. We're talking about email automation and how to drive new and repeat business so that you are all on time. So we're going to get started now and talk about email marketing. So first, a couple of thoughts, just in case you're not using email marketing. Are you using email marketing? If you're not, it is really a huge missed opportunity to get more business from people who know you. We're not talking about cold email marketing, which is when you purchase a list. We're talking about warm email marketing. That is a situation where you're sending emails to people whose email address you have because you have some kind of a relationship with them. Maybe you met them at a trade show. Maybe they're a prospect. Maybe it's a friend of a friend. As long as it's people who voluntarily give you their email address and have some relationship with you, so that when people do receive an email from you, they're far more likely to open it because they recognize your name. It's important to make sure that when you are doing email marketing, you're doing it the right way. As anything else in life, if you are doing something not the right way, not meeting best practices, you're most likely going to
He's still introducing anything.
You're still making. You want to make sure that everybody is doing the email marketing the right way, because as with anything else in life, if you are not meeting best practices, chances are you are not performing as well as you can with that marketing tool. I have the chat window open. My colleague Stephanie is monitoring that. So as we go ahead and we start talking, as questions come up, post them in the chat. Happy to address them. There will also be plenty of time. There will also be plenty of time at the end for Q&A. So make sure to hang in there so that you get the most out of this presentation. So the goal of email marketing is really to stay top of mind of your customers, because the reality is that if you don't stay in front of these people on a regular basis, they will forget about you. You know, nobody wakes up every morning thinking about your business except for yourself. So it's important that you really reach out to people on a regular basis and tell them about your business and remind them why their life will be better when they work with you directly. So remember, top of mind is crucial. Whether you're a big company or a small company, that's one of the key goals of email marketing. So let's move forward and talk about automations. And when I mean automations, it means creating emails that are sent automatically to people based on different triggers that would trigger the email to be sent. It could be a click, it could be an open, it could be a segmentation issues. There are different ways of doing it. So we'll walk through now and give you some examples, real life examples, and best practices to make sure that, that you are doing the right thing. Mastering the art of marketing automation is a game changer because it allows you to streamline your marketing efforts and save a huge amount of time. Yes, there is a process that comes into play to make sure that the marketing is done, that the automation is in place, that's working correctly, and so on. And that's what we're going to do. But it's the one-time thing you have to do because it allows you then to make it work on itself, the auto part of the automation. So let's walk through. I'll give you an example of the 3 most common automations. And don't forget to ask questions as we move along. Just going to change one setting here to make sure that everybody is muted. I see that, there we go. Everybody's muted and we can proceed. So who is this guy talking about email marketing? My name is David Fisher. I'm the founder of Solutions for Growth. We've been doing this for 14 years, and not only do we do email marketing, but we do all the various marketing tools that small businesses need to make sure that the world knows why they're great. So whether it's development of websites or management or fixing of websites, we are a Google certified partner for Google Ads. We do a lot of work in SEO, of course, social media, both organic and paid. We have a whole section regarding the development of graphic design, including company logos, of course, the old-fashioned but very, very effective direct mail, and of course, email marketing. On the email marketing side, we are one of the largest certified solution providers of Constant Contact. That's a pretty difficult certification to get based on the amount of business that we do with Constant Contact, but especially the results we get for our clients. That's an important part. And I am a frequent presenter on Constant Contact webinars, even outside of Alignable. We have a very good relationship with them. And we have a substantial amount of business where we have a full service email marketing program for our clients in all different industries around the United States. That's why I think we know a couple of things about email marketing that I'm very happy to share with you today. So what are the three must-have automations? A welcome email, a birthday or anniversary email, and if you're in e-commerce, an abandoned cart email. So in the welcome email, it's people who join your list for the first time. You want to welcome them with a series of emails to explain who you are and what you do, whether you're profit or nonprofit. And you want to let them know what to expect going forward. On the birthday or anniversary emails, it can be used obviously for birthday. So you want to offer something of value, for example, on someone's birthday, but you can also create the anniversary emails for important milestones, or let's say you have an HVAC company, you have an annual maintenance contract that needs to be renewed. This type of email is ideal for something like that. And then the abandoned cart. I'm sure as consumers, we've all experienced putting something in the shopping cart on an e-commerce website, but for whatever reason, we decide not to go forward with it. There is the opportunity here of sending an email to these people to remind them to, finalize the purchase of their product that they put in the shopping cart. So those are the three we'll be looking at right now. And the first one, as I said, is the welcome email. And on the left side, you'll notice that I put two what are called pop-ups. These are very smart tools that appear on a website that allow you to collect someone's email address in return for something. It could be a coupon, it could be a white paper, it could be a free consultation, all different ways of doing it, but you're getting something that you value, an email address, in return for something that the person values. It could be a coupon or information or guidance. So let's look at, and when the person obviously enters their email address on the pop-up, and this is one of the features within the Constant Contact account, that email address is immediately added to a very specific list. And that list, when the email address is added, is triggered, and the first email goes out to that person. So Barb, those pop-ups, those are in as part of the Constant Contact account. Sometimes they're called landing pages or pop-ups, and they're very customizable. The pop-up is the two screenshots that appear on the left of this big orange rectangle. Oh, and I'm being told that the presentation is not being shared. That would be a good thing to do, wouldn't it? Okay, here we go. Sorry, I've been talking without the presentation. You missed a couple of slides, but this is the first one. We're all humans, aren't we? And there it is. Okay, so I was telling you about the pop-ups, these two screenshots on the left. Very sorry about that. And these are the three emails we'll walk through for the automation part. So the trigger is the person joins a list. The promise is whatever you're offering in the offer. And the first one is going to be, in this case, it's a pastry shop. Welcome to the newsletter. And there's a button here that says get your free muffin. And the person, when clicks it, it gets a coupon that is brought to the store, and the person allows you to get a free muffin. Very smart, and don't know anybody who wouldn't want a free muffin, right? So the second email, which is sent a few days after that, is called, Let's Connect. In this case, the client is looking for followers on Instagram and Facebook. This comes 3 days after the first email. And always give people a reason why you want them to do something. So follow us on Facebook to learn about our recipes, or to find out what special offers we have, or to get a special deal in the future, or to find out who our pastry chefs are, and so on. And then finally, there's a third one. This one goes out 3 days after email number 2, and it's more about the bakery and why they're very special. And you're basically starting a relationship with these people who gave you an email address. Hopefully, they came into the store with a coupon and got a muffin. You got to talk to them. Maybe got to try it. And this is a very basic welcome program that stays in touch with people and reminds them of your business on a regular basis. These are new people. The things to look at in terms of a reporting perspective are opens, clicks, and responses. So the opens are the number of people who open an email. The clicks are people clicking on links in your email. And the responses are people replying to your email with questions or information and so on. So make sure that the from email address that you are using is one that's being monitored. Just the other day, I got an email address from a company that was do not reply at XYZ company. And the whole point of email is to start a conversation. So by having do not reply is really a missed opportunity to really engage with people and get them to connect with you, to ask questions and move the sales process along. Let's move on to the birthday or anniversary automation. So here there are 3 examples. One is a birthday email from a nonprofit, animal rescue. It just simply says, happy birthday. The second one is a text message, and within Constant Contact, there's an opportunity to manage text messages, and you can have the birthday message go out either both an email or SMS or both. And on the other one is on the right is an anniversary email for someone who purchased some cosmetics, and it's time to renew that. This is an ongoing program. The system recognizes someone's birthday of the month or year. You can have the email be sent on the specific birthday, like the 4th of every month, or at the beginning of the month for anybody who has a birthday in November, for example. And here, again, the things to monitor of, like with any email program, is the clicks and the opens, but also the coupon usage. I sent out 100 emails, how many coupons were redeemed, and how many sales came in. And if you are using a coupon, for example, that's very easy to track, coupon code 123 brought in X dollars. On the nonprofit side, you don't have sales, but you have donations. So that's a similar way of tracking the functionality of this. Again, this is an automation. You set it in once, and automatically on every birthday, anniversary, whatever date that makes sense for your line of business, an email is sent. And there's obviously great reporting that allows you to track all of this. One of the beauties of email marketing is the trackability and reporting available, because everything is tracked. Let's look at the abandoned cart automation. So in this case, you are a company that sells coffee, and you were thinking of buying that particular coffee or coffee mug. You put it in the shopping cart, and then for whatever reason, you decided not to buy it. Maybe you didn't like the color of the mug. Maybe someone is calling you, you have to leave your computer. Whatever it is, you didn't close the transaction. So what can be done in the system is to have a trigger that sends out an email to the person saying, hey, we saved your cart. and you can shop now, and it will take you to the website where you can complete the transaction. Same thing can be done with via text, and assume, let's say, a 10 or 20% take rate on this. It's a way to grow your sales by 10 or 20% by using an automated system that you set up once and continues working for you day and night without you having to do anything. It's really quite remarkable, and there's really no downside to it. Here again, you're going to be figuring out whether this works for you based obviously on clicks and opens, but ultimately how many sales this is driving. This is really driving sales. That's the bottom line of marketing in most cases. Any questions until now about the automation, about email, about constant contact? Happy to answer them. So how do you set these up? And the goal here is to save time so you make money. And the image on the right, I think, is very descriptive of what this is all about. Okay. What you see on the right is a screenshot that is the starting point of any automation program within the Constant Contact account. You can see that each one of them has a title. You can create a custom path. You can have a welcome SMS. SMS is texting, an anniversary SMS, same thing with birthday. You can, on the email side, the welcome basic email, as I showed you earlier. And when you were to click, if you were to click on preview, you can see the first email in that series. Same thing for anniversary, another birthday one here, abandoned cart text, win back series. So the ones that have the green or the purple icon, those are for Shopify or WooCommerce. Those are the two most popular e-commerce platforms, and they integrate beautifully with Constant Contact so that the two tools communicate to each other, so that when you have an abandoned cart, for example, that information is passed along to Constant Contact, and based on the criteria you put in terms of time, emails are sent out suggesting to the person that they complete the purchase, email or text. Win back is for people who are inactive. You may have had a customer that didn't order anything in the past 4 months, so you want to, generate some business with them, and automatically the system will identify those people and send an email, probably with a special offer. Another one is to request a review, a thank you series. Thank you for being a customer. Thank you for your purchase. Again, the welcome series on the e-commerce side, and 3 other types of abandoned cart emails that are part of an automation. So let's look at one of these and how it works and how easy it is to use. We're going to set up a welcome email. And when you go to the account and you click on Welcome Basic, you are presented with this window. At the top, you have a trigger. In this case, someone subscribes on a particular list. And then when that happens, an email is sent to that person, so that when you are presented with this, you can keep it as is. You just have to let the system know which list the person is being added to. And the person can be added to the list either by you manually entering that person's information, or uploading a spreadsheet with that information, or by the pop-up that I showed you earlier. So the person enters their email address in the pop-up, and right away that email address is added to that list, and that is the trigger that sends the first email. If you were to click on the send an email button, you can either create a new email from scratch, or you can import an existing email from your Constant Contact account, and you can easily modify the main parts of it to turn it into a welcome email. You click submit, and that's it. And it's done, and you can, and that's live. That's a smart way of doing it. When you see this, you can create then other emails within the series. You can drag and drop, let's say send another email, and you tell it to send another one after 4 days, and you create the second email, and 4 days after the first email is sent, the second email goes out with an additional message. The example I showed you earlier had to do with connect with us on social media. And that is another way of using automation to raise your profile in the market. And then this example, drive people to your social media accounts. And I see that Jane is asking that they've been struggling with a warm pipeline, 2 types of warm pipeline. This might be ideal for this. And what we see, Jane, is that in many cases, we start working with clients and they have tools that bring people to the website. For example, Google Ads or SEO or something like that. And people come to the website and they look around and then they leave. So you put time, effort, and money to bring people to the website, but they didn't take any action. If on the website there is a way to capture a piece of information like an email address, then you can start communicating with them. So, they left the website, but hey, now you're sending them a white paper or a coupon. And then 4 days after that, something else. And you start engaging with them and you find out who they are. And there's a far higher likelihood of these people to pay attention to your business and come back to your website. Is this expensive, or do you have tiers of email marketing? Look, all you need is to bring in probably one client, and it covers the cost of this automation system within Constant Contact. Yes, it is based on tiers. The more email addresses are in your account, the higher the fee is. But the way I look at it is that there is no other marketing tool out there that has this reach, this ease of functionality, and this type of return on investment than email marketing. You cannot get on the phone and call these people. You cannot effectively send them a direct mail piece. When you're doing email marketing, this is push marketing. You're pushing information into people's inbox, and that is one way that they're going to start paying attention to you. Very different on social media. On social media, people have to go to social media to see information about your business and what you offer. Email marketing is a very smart approach to do marketing, and proof of that is your own inbox. Think of all the emails you get from all different types of organizations. If email marketing didn't work, you chances are would not be seeing an inbox that is so full of people, connecting with you. Let's look at another automation. This one is the anniversary one. It's similar. You click on Anniversary Basic. You are presented with a trigger at the top. In this case, the anniversary is a specific list. And you can either import or create a new email that is sent to this person on their anniversary, again, either on the day of the month or a specific month. Obviously, you need to collect the person's birthday, and on the pop-up or on the fields for every person in Constant Contact, there's a field for the birthday. So obviously, it's something to include. So we just created one, for example, for a restaurant where we offered a free glass of wine for your birthday. And the pop-up has the person's email address and then the month and year. They click submit. Within seconds, they get an email with the coupon for assuming the birthday is today, with a coupon, and that drives people to the restaurant. So the person is going to spend, this was an upscale restaurant, let's say $50 on a full meal, and the cost of the glass of wine is probably $3, and certainly well worth it to get, as they say in the business, butts and seats, so that it drives business. And now you have the email address, and you can communicate with this person on a regular basis, let's say with a monthly newsletter, to make sure that they continue coming back to your restaurant. Let's look at the next one. This one is the birthday, the anniversary, and the base and the birthday are very similar. The anniversary is typically something tied to the business, so when you started working with a person or renewal of a contract or things like that. And the birthday one has a similar process. Let's look at the abandoned cart. This one is a little bit more complex. We know that about 3/4 of carts are abandoned, and that's a huge missed opportunity. So that's why the abandoned cart is so important, simply because the volume is so big. So when you have an e-commerce website that is based either on Shopify or WooCommerce, and you go to an abandoned cart automation, what you see is what's on the screen now. So the trigger is the abandoned cart, and this is where, for example, Shopify communicates with Constant Contact. The time delay here is 4 hours. You can change that to 20 minutes. You can change it to whatever you want, but the first email goes out. And the message probably is, hey, you seem to have forgotten something. Click here and finish your transaction. You can even include a coupon, for example, like click here and use code 123 to get 10% off or free shipping or something like that. And that would be in email number 1. Then we have here a time delay of 20 hours, basically the following day. And a second email goes out to the person saying, and it can be personalized if you want, hey, dear Jamie, you forgot that item in the shopping cart. Please make sure to purchase it. You'll be very happy when you have it. And when you do purchase it now, there might be a different coupon or a special offer. It's a business decision what goes in the email and if you want to make a promotion, but that's the beauty of this. It's someone who came into your store, they walked out of the store, and you're going back, tapping them on the shoulder and saying, hey, I know you wanted to buy that sweater, and come back in. You know what? I'll give you free shipping. And that's where you have a conversion, and people will then purchase the item from you. Talk about email. I wanted to give you the opportunity to sign up for the Solutions for Growth Marketing Matters email newsletter. This is a monthly newsletter that we sent out that has great marketing advice. One of our clients said, hey, it's not fluffy stuff, it's good marketing stuff. So you can either scan the QR code or write down the bit.ly/marketing advice URL, and you'll start receiving the monthly newsletter from Solutions for Growth. If you think there's no value in it, obviously you can always unsubscribe. Let's look at some advanced automations, okay? Constant Contact has a module for events, and here I wanted to show you this one because it has branching. So in event automations, you can create different paths depending whether they're registered or not. So here, if you see at the top, the trigger is register for the event. If they did register for the event, they would get a welcome email and more information to sign up, and that's the end of the automation. If they did not register, in this case, they're going to get a text suggesting that they register for the event. And some people are very, text can be far more efficient than email in certain situations. You can do just text, you can do just email, you can do text and email, either one of them. But I wanted to show you here that how the trigger at the beginning really creates a branch between the yeses and the nos. These branches can be placed anywhere throughout any automation. And one of the options in the automations is to create a custom one. So you can start from scratch and create any type of trigger. And we've created automations for clients that have, for example, 3 or 4 branches, and within one branch it splits again, depending on the status of a client. Are they a customer or their prospect? Are they East Coast or the West Coast? Did they click on a particular link or not? And all this logic is highly valuable because it allows you then to really customize the message for these people so that it's really very, very relevant for them. Any questions here? Okay. If you're a nonprofit, you obviously want to send them a thank you note, and the trigger would be a donation. And when that happens, you automatically send an email to that person, thanking them for their donation, letting them know about upcoming events and so on. Again, I'm showing you very simple ones just to get the concept. You can go as far more detail as you would want or not, but these are just examples to get you to start thinking of how all of these things work. going to show you one other slide, which is to talk for about 15 seconds about our full service email marketing. We do it all. We have a substantial amount of clients under management where we handle anything from a weekly or monthly email to all of the automations. And our clients work with account managers that have deep expertise at all things tied to email marketing and obviously also constant contact. In the chat is a link to that page. It's our website, solutionsforgrowthllc.com/full service email marketing. Happy to explore that with you. We find that many of our clients come through these webinars because they realize the potential of email marketing, but don't have the time, desire, or skill to do it themselves. And this way, they know that it's done well and on time. So this brings us to Q&As, questions and answers. There's an opportunity here for you to ask anything regarding the automations that you saw here, or anything else regarding email marketing. We've been doing this for 14 years. I think we're pretty good at it. So what are the burning questions that you have about email marketing that you would want to know about? No questions. Okay, so I'll start telling you some of the typical questions that we get on these types of events. So one of them is, how do I get a higher open rate, right? So the open rate is driven by two things. The first thing is the from email address. The from email address is what people use to figure out who the email is coming from. So if the email is coming from a name that people recognize, they're most likely to open. So part B of the question is, okay, so what name should I use? Should I use my name or should you use the company name? Well, it depends how people know you. Do people know you as Jennifer Smith or do people know you as XYZ company? Sometimes it's both. So that happens with us as well. So when we send out our email newsletter, the from field says David Fisher - Solutions for Growth. So there's a double chance that people recognize the name and they're more likely to open it. The second thing that determines the open rate of an email is the subject line. And the subject line needs to answer the question, why should I open the email? How is my life going to be better when I open this email? So don't use subject lines like November newsletter. I mean, I know it's November. I know it's an email newsletter. Why should I open it, right? I'm willing to bet that next month it's going to be December email newsletter, right? So really give some thought to the subject line and explain the benefit of opening the email and what the person is going to get or learn from opening the email. The other thing that is to consider is that a big percentage of emails are opened on a mobile device. So the first few words of the subject line are crucial because if it's too long, the second part of the subject line is not seen on a mobile device. And I'll give you an example. Not so long ago, a well-known retailer sent out an email with a subject line of, it had to do with dresses. Dresses you can't afford to miss. And what happened is on many devices is the word to miss was cut off. So the subject line was dresses you can't afford. So it's a funny story, but it's a sad one because obviously it didn't work out very well. So really give careful thought to that subject line to make sure that it's something that really resonates with people, and give thought to the length of it so you don't end up sending emails that whatever you're offering is unaffordable. The other question that I frequently get has to do with cadence. How often should I be sending an email to my list? And in most cases, a monthly email is the right balance between sending emails too frequently, that increases the chance of unsubscribe, and not sending it enough where the power of these emails is weakened. So for most cases, monthly is okay. If you're considering sending more emails at a higher frequency than monthly, then you might want to start doing that and keeping a careful eye on your open and unsubscribe rates. If you see the open rate start declining and or the unsubscribe rate going up, it's the market telling you that you're sending too frequently. And generally, people unsubscribe for one of two reasons: either because the company is sending too many emails, or because the value in the emails, the content in the email is not of value. So keep an eye on those. And sometimes the unsubscribe rate is more telling than the open rate. And obviously, also look at your sales that are generated from those emails. You may be willing to sacrifice a lower open rate and a slightly higher unsubscribe rate, but if it's driving more revenue, then that's the answer. So that's, I was telling you earlier, it's really a question of numbers and reporting. And email marketing has so much information that allows you to make all of this happen. So you see on the screen here, there are three QR codes and bit.lys for different options. If you don't have an account with Constant Contact, you can get a free trial and 20% off for life. This is only available to Alignable members using either a QR code or that bit.ly. And if you prepay, the discount is even bigger. And then Solutions for Growth, you have two options here. You can schedule a call with me using that bit.ly or the QR code. Happy to learn about your business and your goals and see if there's anything that can be done to improve your marketing to grow your business further. And then finally, this is the same URL you saw before about the newsletter. You will also get a great document called the Essential Email Marketing Checklist. Just a cool tool that I think can benefit a lot of companies that are currently or considering doing email marketing. So I leave you now at this point. I don't see any other further questions come in. I appreciate you taking the time to join us on this webinar today. I hope you'll have a chance to, if you don't have yet, work with Constant Contact, and hopefully you and I will connect to learn more about your business. In the meantime, thanks again and happy marketing.